Hello there. You knew I had to do it. We're doing Kenobi today. Let's get that in here, guys. Welcome back to Fort Mort. I have got Dagger here again, and we are going to talk more Galactic Republic and how Kenobi works under this. And when you get to later game, you may be moving him as well because Padme team basically gets decimated and torn apart to be putting characters under different people. So we're going to talk about how to mod Kenobi. And don't judge my Kenobi. He's all about survivability. You really can't go wrong with him if you're making him survivable. But we'll go into that in a minute. Let's start with the kit. Dagger, you doing good today?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. He just gets even. We're doing back-to-back-to-back videos. I keep asking him that, and every time he gets a little more excited. Here we go with the basic. Deal physical damage to target enemy with a 75% chance to gain foresight. Grant foresight to a random ally that doesn't have it for 2 turns. If all allies are buffed, deal double damage. Now, this guy is not a damage dealer, Dagger, and I'd be honest with you, I've never really paid attention too much to where that foresight's going. Do you see any real benefit to this basic?
Yeah, I mean, like, foresight's solid.
It is. It's just so random, though, right?
This is just an outdated basic ability. I mean, it's still a solid one, but think about how good this basic was like 3.5 years ago or 4 years ago when he came out.
Yeah, foresight was a lot more annoying before we had people going through foresight.
Yep. Yeah, his basic is not the reason you're running him.
Yeah, no, 100% no. I mean, it's something extra when you're assisting and he's using his basic and somebody's gaining foresight. Me personally, I want that foresight to drop on Ahsoka or Anakin, but you know, it's luck of the draw. Roulette wheel, like everything else in this RNG game. Sorry, I had a frog. Dispel all. This is second ability. Dispel all debuffs from all allies and grant them the opposite buffs, if any, for 2 turns. All allies that were not debuffed gain retribution for 3 turns. General Kenobi gains 60% turn meter. So this is one reason why Kenobi doesn't need to be too fast. Another nice part about this is stripping all those debuffs. This is a really good ability. And retribution, for anybody who doesn't know what that is anybody that has that, whenever they get attacked, they will counter as long as they can be countered. But here's the confusing part about this wording. Dagger, maybe you can help me with this. Grant them the opposite buffs, if any, for 2 turns. What exactly does that mean?
It means if there's offense down, they're given offense up.
So they're not taking it
to heal over time.
They're not taking it from the opponent. They're taking it from whatever they have on themselves and reversing that roll. Okay. All right.
This ability loses a lot of value under the Padme team because the entire part of Padme's leadership says that they're immune to debuffs while they have protection up.
Right.
They're not immune. They resist all.
Right.
And yeah, like you said, she has the cleanse too, which is better than his cleanse. And he can't gain turn meter with her present.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for the reminder. I'm glad you said that. Yeah. So this is not even viable in that team. See, that's why.
So I generally only use this ability when I'm trying to bank his courage.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense. I use it here and there to cleanse when I'm in trouble, and I know Padme doesn't have her turn. So that's usually when I end up using it. We've got so many assists on that team, I don't feel like I need the counters all that often. I basically, like you said, I bank it for certain situations, stacking courage, cleansing when I know that I'm not going to be able to cleanse. So basically, this guy is survive so that everybody else can survive. Lead the charge, his special. Deal physical damage to target enemy and grant a random other ally offense up for 2 turns. Here we go with Kenobi with a hello there. I'm just going to throw it randomly. For 2 turns, call other buffed allies to assist, dealing 30% less damage. Jedi Knight Anakin and Ahsoka Tano are not affected by this damage penalty. So let me ask you this before you go into it. It says all other buffed allies assist. Does that include courage as a buff?
The protection up is counted as a buff. But the way that this goes in the turn order is he's going to go after Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after Ahsoka. But Anakin, when he does his AoE, gives everyone offense up.
Right. Oh,
so everyone will be buffed when he does this ability.
Good point. So that one is pretty key. What else? Anything else you want to touch on it?
The random offense up doesn't matter a ton, simply because, like I said, Anakin gives the offense up already. The dealing 30% less damage is not the biggest thing, and the damage the damage penalty being ignored is not a huge deal either. The biggest thing is that this is the coup de grace to the burst damage.
Yeah.
So as we talked about on Padme, you're going to lead with the kick or the heal. Anakin's going to do the AoE generally. Ahsoka's going to do her triple hit, her special, and then GK is going to come up with this. So to recap from the previous videos, they're not going to have buffs because Anakin went.
Yep.
They're not going to have any taunts because Ahsoka went.
Yep.
Unless, somebody taunts because there's an external factor.
Right. Like Malik.
And then he's going to call everyone to assist.
Yep. So we got, again, more
yeah.
assists on this team, which there was a lot of assisting on this team and a lot of all call-ins as well. All right.
Yes.
Leadership. Jedi and clone allies have plus 30% health and plus 70% defense. After a Jedi ally uses a team healing special ability, all other allies at full health are called to assist, dealing 50% less damage. When a clone ally uses a special ability, they gain a buff. Attacker, advantage, support, stealth, tank, taunt for 1 turn. So I find it funny. Does that taunt work for himself? I don't even know. I've never used it.
No, he's not a clone.
Oh, because it says clone. That's right. So if Fives was in there, it would give him the taunt. But have you ever used it outside? I mean, nowadays?
I use this leadership in 3s
I was
sometimes.
going to say maybe 3s.
It's not a priority.
But it is because he's got the negotiator.
Yeah.
So you want to
Do
max
it for
it
the
out.
ship!
Yes, for the ship. Ship harder, people. All right, and to the Zeta is Sarusu. I think I'm saying that right. Sarisu. Okay. At the end of his turn, General Kenobi has 65% chance to gain foresight for 2 turns. Whenever another ally is critically hit, if General Kenobi is alive, they gain critical hit immunity for 1 turn, and General Kenobi taunts for 1 turn. Clutch ability right there. Let me read that again. Whenever another ally is critically hit, he will taunt. If all allies are Galactic Republic, General Kenobi taunts for 1 turn whenever another Galactic Republic ally loses any protection up. Thoughts on this one, Dagger?
Yeah, it's stupid good. Do this one first.
Do this one first. You heard the man. Plus, it goes into what? A ship! So you guys better be getting your meta ships. Get to work. Ship harder. All I've got to say. It's just... Go ahead.
Yeah, this is stupid good. Just so silly. And whenever they lose protection up, that means whenever they take a turn. He's basically taunting every time someone gets hit or takes a turn.
Yeah, because this team gains off a Padme lead. They're all getting protection up. Once they take their turn, it evolves or goes into courage, and now no longer have it, so he's going to taunt. So it's stupid. Like he said, stupid good.
And remember, when he has protection up, he can't be critically hit.
Yes.
So
he's
LOL killing him.
He's stupid good.
Oh, he's so good.
All right, now you can see I've got him primarily health modded. He's not the fastest at 203, but he is the 4th in the lineup because my Ahsoka Tano is at 217 with her Zeta. And then you're going to see I've got a lot of tenacity stacked on him, and Dagger was talking to me offline about how it's not really important. So I may have to make some changes that I didn't realize with some of the teams that they're utilizing. And then his armor, obviously coming through defense and such. So, but his mastery is based off of armor, health steal, and protection. And Dagger was talking offline about how he's got his protection modded these days, which I didn't realize until looking at it right now, plays into his mastery. So quality right there, Dagger, on you. I'm actually curious. I don't know where I'm getting all my tenacity from. So I've got a health cross on mine currently. The recommendations that I'm going to have. What's that?
You don't have a cross?
I have the health cross.
Yeah, but you have a tenacity small stat with just 20%.
Yeah. So my tenacity, actually, I've got 8.17 on this arrow.
Okay.
Now, I didn't put a speed one on him. I rolled this one up hoping to grab the speed off his arrow and got burnt. And I was like, well, the tenacity's hitting pretty high because at 8.17, that's pretty high. And I was like, this is going to get some use. But then I saw the 46 defense. And I'm like, this is pretty good too. Should I roll this to gold? Probably not. Judge me. I don't care. But it is what it is. This one just fit on him for me for right now. I don't necessarily recommend defense up there. How about you as the priority, Dagger?
Survivability is the key. Under the Padme team specifically, you want to lean into health because, again, the protection up is based off of max health.
Yep.
And the thicker you make him, the better. And the easiest way to make him thick is to put health on him.
I've got health everywhere else. As you'll see, I've got it on the circle. I made up for it on the cross. I made up for it on the triangle. So I stacked it. This is where I'm getting my tenacity because I've got tenacity mods on him. I just realized 2 of them right there. So not necessarily the recommendation. Overall, there are actually let's look at the visual from SWGOH.gg, what the top 100 guilds are doing. They are putting full health mods all the way across the board, or that's what 48% of the community at the top end are doing all health, and then the 17% are doing health defense. So tenacity does fall down there at the bottom. Some people are doing it, but you can see recommendations from the triangle: health, best cross health, best circle health, and a speed arrow followed by health at 29%. Now, what about you, Dagger? What's your favorite way to run this?
Well, right now I use him with JKR, or I use him with Qui-Gon, or I use him with Starkiller. So in all three of those places, I prefer to have him protection built. However, if I was going to use him with Padme or with JMK, I would 100% health build him.
Yeah, health.
All health mods, maybe a defense small set.
I've done that as well.
Yeah, but I would even go as far as say health arrow if you're like, so armor has diminishing returns as you go up relics. So since my GK is R8 as well as yours, I actually like health arrows better, I think, because I think it gives more overall survivability.
Shamefully, I don't think I have a single health with health mod on it, and I've been searching for one. I know it's killing me. So that's part of the reason why I don't have that arrow. I'm actually curious. It was
Also,
I may have gotten some recently, but I don't think I do. I do.
Oh,
I
you
built
got
some
a
up.
handful.
Yeah. So maybe
Yeah, I
I'll
was
be able
saying
to.
mod harder. Your tank doesn't have a 6E diamond. That's the armor one.
I know. I know. The reason he says it's the armor one, guys, because the defense is what goes into armor, and because that is the primary on top. I just haven't found the mod yet that I'm looking for. So
yep.
And 215 characters in, I'm probably dismissing him somewhere. But part of doing these videos is after I do these videos, I go back in and I relook at everything and say, okay, let's make the adjustments that we can make.
You also aren't sitting on like 650 6Es like some of us.
No, God, no. I think I got 180 or something. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. So it's hard to fault you for not having everything 6E.
So let's go with the relic priority 1 to 10, Dagger.
9.
Yeah.
As high as I can go, like 9, 9.5, 10 if you have his ship.
Yeah, I'm with you there. So I've got him ranked as a 10, Dagger saying a 9. Just because I ship harder, I'm going to get him up as high as I can. As you can see, I've got the 6E mods, 5 out of 6 anyway. I used to have 6 out of 6, but then I swapped out around his mods. And then so for me, because of the ship, because of his versatility, and he's such a good character, and like you said, the Zeta is amazing, I got him 10 out of 10. What about the priority of that Zeta? No question.
I would do that one first on the Padme team personally.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, if you had the choice, even if you were going to run him with Padme, let's say you opened up all your Padme team all at once, and you're not even going to use him with Padme, would you still do it first?
I don't think I would prioritize his. I mean, I would do a Zeta for the capital ship, obviously, but for the character, I don't think he needs it too badly outside of JMK / Padme.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking as well.
But you'll do it anyways because he has a captain.
Oh yeah, an early game, 100%. You got to put it on there for the ship because the Zeta affects the ship quite well. Now, what about a speed minimum?
I think mine usually hovers between 240 and 250.
Oof.
But I don't think he really has a speed minimum outside of like, don't neglect speed. Maybe plus 50, plus 75. Think between like 190 and 220, somewhere in there probably.
Don't make him faster than the other 3.
Yeah. He definitely needs a strong word. You definitely want him slower than Snips plus 50.
Yes, exactly. I've got mine at 203 right now. I would like him and personally over 225 if it were up to me. But right now my Snips is running 221, so he'd be too fast anyway. So I put the speed minimum goal as 200 because a lot of these guys that are watching this are early game. You might not even be able to get him to 200 until you get your defense mod set up and your offense mod set up and such. So that's a big one. But
early game, just stack protection on him. Just give him 4 protection primaries.
Why protection early game?
Because if you don't have him like Relic, he's just not gaining that. When you're looking at him and how you're going to increase his survivability at like tier 9, 10, 11, 12, protection gives way more than health.
Way more stats because you're getting 23.5% compared to 16%. But once you go into Relic, you gain the health stats. And
that's if you're 6-ing them. If you're not 6-ing them, it's like 5.88.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you got to take them to 6. So there was a lot lower percentage-wise. So that's a very good point, Dagger. I'm glad you brought that up. Protection first, but once you get to relic, health is 100% priority. Good call, man.
Yep.
And then as for the ship, I mean, obviously, guys, the more relics you got on him, the more 6Es you got on him. You just cannot go wrong with this character. He is another big clutch part of this guy. Anything else you want to add to that, Dagger?
Yeah, he's a geo requirement.
He is.
So you're going to do it anyways. So just do it now.
Relic priority 10, in my opinion. All the way around. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make him survivable.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, there's really no reason to not do this. I also just want to touch on this since this is the last one of the foursome.
Yeah.
All of these pilots try and prioritize having full 6Es on them because every 2 6E mods they have is +1 speed to their ship.
Right. Yep. Good point. Because a lot of people don't understand how much it affects ships when you're talking about the mods and the Omegas, the purples, the Zetas. Everything affects it. The more you can put on, the faster you're going to make that ship, which speed is king in this game, as we talk about all the time.
Yes.
No, he doesn't necessarily need to be fast from his mod standpoint, as we talked about, but his ship will make a huge difference. Huge difference. And this is part of the, I don't want to call it the old meta with the Executor here, but it's really good. Excuse me. All right, that's all I got, guys. So the next video, we're actually going to do a quick coverage of fifth, who you could possibly put in as a fifth, because there's so many characters. But it's going to be a different discussion than the videos we've done so far. But in the meantime, Dagger, you know I appreciate you, man. And you guys know where to find us there. Don't forget to hook a brother up. We are almost to 1,000. Till next time, we are.
Check out the merch.
1 battalion strong. Good man, Dagger.
Shut up and sit down.